As a case manager, you are often given the joy of all the paperwork having to do with investigations, including client agreements, interviews, what have you. In my case, I'm usually the first person a new client speaks to, because I often have the honor of making that first phone call. From there, it really is more work than people usually see from their own vantage points, even other team members, who usually deal more with the actual investigation and handling of equipment than they do first point of contacts, paper pushing, and all of that joyous jazz. Granted, it is easier than most people think, even if it doesn't help the tedious part of things. My process may be different from other case management processes, but I thought I would share in case my viewers are just starting out and need basics. Our website contains a form which people can fill out to let us know that they are requesting an investigation. From that form, I usually will get a phone number, which I will call as soon as possible. If I get their voicemail, I let them know who I am, what team I'm from, and how to reach me. If I get the client, I immediately introduce myself, let them know we received the form, and do a quick interview. When did it start? What has been happening? Where do you live? How best can I reach you? How bad is the activity? Which also helps me determine whether to label this an emergency investigation. After that, I tell them that I need to confirm with my team, and after making sure that they have all the information they need for now, I immediately post an investigation alert on our Facebook group page and make a few calls around the team. I usually know where people stand on what days are best for investigations, Sundays, and weekends, but I make a guess for a date based on the calendar. Basically, I give it 2 or 3 weeks depending on the situation the client has told me about. I modify if necessary, but I do check several times with clients and with team members to make sure that we're conferring properly and that we're all on the same page. Once we have an investigation fully scheduled, we make sure the team can staff it properly. We prefer to have 4 to 6 investigators, and the full team's actual number will vary depending on the size of the home. We then make sure we have a meeting place to confer prior to going to the location, make sure we have the address of the location, equipment, etc., and after that, it's usually a go, unless too many people cancel or the client cancels. When this happens, we immediately reschedule. Essentially, the process isn't perfect, but we make positive that we're in constant contact with our clients. Leaving clients hanging is definitely not an option. And if your team is as busy as OPR has been lately, you learn to make sure your clients are aware of their options. If you find yourself with an emergency investigation you cannot handle right away, make sure you know the contact information of every other team in your area or in your city or state. This is always where it's good to network, because we're all in this together. The paranormal community is all about helping people just as much as it is about finding what's really beyond death's door. It does no one any good to be selfish and keep cases to themselves, and it certainly doesn't help any potential clients that you're speaking to.